Welcome back to the Etc. Podcast. I'm your host Victor, along with my co-host Mark. How you doing, sir?
Doing
How
great.
you living? You're looking tired again. Second week in a row.
I am, bro. And what's crazy is that today felt like it wasn't that hard, but it must have just been all the days adding up. And today just felt like it was just,
Got you down.
yeah. And I don't know. I mean, what's crazy is that the beginning of my day it wasn't really that productive anyway, because for some reason our systems were like down to be able to do stuff with transactions and everything. So for really about 2 hours, I wasn't doing anything for the beginning of my shift.
What
So
can you do?
yeah, there's people in there kind of mad. They were just confused, and we were just like, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
And we just like told them they had to leave. And then, so it went down first, and then we told them they had to leave. Then it kind of went back up within like maybe like 30 minutes or so. So then we told them to come back. And then maybe only like 15 minutes after that or 20 minutes, it went back down again. And we had to tell them to leave again. It was a whole mess. But
So everybody was just having the same stuff at work today, I guess.
guess
Because
so,
my
yeah.
my day was similar, but it is. Leave it at work. I'm gonna just leave it at work.
Yeah.
Let's try again tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are you feeling besides work?
I'm good, man. Chilling. Last weekend, I actually got the chance to go with Quentin to go see our friend
Oh yeah,
Esteban, Steven Soto, whatever you call him.
That's Steven.
He had he had a match this previous weekend. It was a good time. It was really cool to see him there. He didn't get the result he wanted, but it's okay. It was just more so cool for me because this was my first time seeing him fight. There was a bunch of times where I was like, oh, like I want to go see him fight, and then just life would happen, or I have work or school, or whatever, and I just kept just falling through, that was on me. But to be able to go there with Quinn and like see him like walk out to music and like have a guy like a professional like announce his name and like say where he's from and like his record and all that shit, and having a full, like the place was packed, it was like sold out, and have a crowd like cheering every time like you would see that shit. It was just cool, especially for as long as we've known him.
Exactly.
For y'all that obviously the people that don't know, Mark and I and Quinn as well, we went to, was it pre-K almost, or was it pre-K that we met him, or later?
I knew him since preschool.
Yeah,
I know.
so
I know. Me and him knew each other even before I met you guys at St. Peter's. We
Mm.
went to the same preschool together. And my mom and his mom, like, they were friends or whatever. So I knew that. But as far as like St. Peter's, I think he was there since pre-K.
Yeah.
He came there too as well as pre-K. I just forget exactly when he like left after that, but I think it was like fourth grade.
Yeah, around that time, and he went to like a different school. But
yeah,
essentially we've known this kid when we were 4 years old. Same time that we've known that Mark and Quinn and I have known each other.
yeah.
And we've always just kept in touch in some form because, he like came to our middle school that we always talk about. Then he left for a brief time, then came back briefly, then left again. And then, after that point, like just because of social media and having each other's phone numbers, always stayed in touch. And like we followed for a long time that he was into wrestling at one point, and then boxing, I believe, and then he made the transition into MMA. And he's been doing that like at the like I believe amateur level or semi-pro level. I forget what the proper like term is for where he's at right now, but yeah, he's been doing it there. It's been a lot of fun to see him like train and like really go hard for it. And then to be able to see that in person, I was just like, damn, I was getting like chills for him. And I was just like, this is dope. And then even after we talked to him, and he was just kind of like, sorry, like that I couldn't put on a better show for you. I'm just like, bro, like it ain't even about that. Like we're coming to the next one. Like it wasn't even for the result, like win or lose, like we're gonna pop out for you. Like it was just cool to see that and to see where you come, like especially like from where knew him as kids to him be kind of like a troublemaker in school to be to a point where he's at now. Like it's super dope. Got to meet his girlfriend as well, super cool. Her name was also similar to mine, so I was just like, you know what I mean? But yeah, and then all his friends were there, like his friends that he met like after he left our school, like we all met them, and like they were all showing love. So he was like, oh, like y'all got to come out for his next one. He does in Atlantic City or something. I'm like, wherever he's going, like we there.
Yeah.
So it was a dope ass time. Wish you could have popped out with us too, so you said what's up to him, but you had some other stuff to tie you up.
Yeah, no. Like I said, it would have been definitely nice to go because I haven't seen him in a while, but I definitely could like understand and see what you mean by just like him being there and just like you said, coming out to music and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that was just amazing just to see that because like.
Which also he picked the song and they swapped them. So they gave him his opponent's song and the opposite, but he liked both songs. But it was just like, and Quinn was telling me, he's like, he told Quinn knew what song it was, but he's like, he's gonna save it for me to like see it in person. And then we were like at the bar grabbing drinks before we sat down. It was me, Quentin, and then Quentin's sister tagged along. But yeah, they were grabbing drinks, and then we heard the song, so we were like, "Oh shit!" Like Steven's coming out, and then we go out, and it's not him. So we're like, "What the fuck?" And then he came out to the other guy's song. He's like, "But I still like the song either way."
Yeah.
But you were saying,
yeah, just to like be able, like you said, since I like seen him and everything like that and known him, just to be able to see that point where he's coming out and, you know, has the music or whatever. And then on top of that, just like, I guess it's just different to be able to watch something on TV, how you see like, you know, UFC.
and we
all
had
that.
awesome seats, bro.
Yeah.
Like we were like cage level, like we saw up
Okay,
close.
Yeah, see, like to see that.
I
and
sent you the
then-
video.
Yeah, and then to be like right there, I just like definitely probably was really cool to see.
Yeah, and then I mean we watched like a bunch of the other fights as well. But then at one point he just hit us up. He's like, "I have a table reserved. Like let's go all grab dinner." And then like it was a table like 15 of us grabbing dinner, and it was a cool time.
That's what's up.
But yeah, I didn't really drink anything because we got there and then like Quinn and Quinn's sister started drinking, and we went in Quinn's car all together. And then after like the first, I was like, I gotta like just take it easy and just be the one who's gonna drive, because I already knew how the night was going, because they had the first one, and then we was all calm watching the fight, cheering, and then like Quinn's heckling got a little more aggressive, and I'm like, you feeling that shit? And he was like, yeah. And then they both looked at each other like, you want another one? So they went and got more.
I know Quinn gets a little too much when he either does a lot like the chuckling a lot, or he just starts screaming like really
And he
loud.
did a lot of both. He did a lot of both.
Yeah, I could tell when either one starts coming out, you're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You start
So
looking at him.
they got one joint. It was I think it was like a rum and coke. And then they went the second time. It was like, do another rum and coke, but do it a double. And I was like, oh man. And then we went to dinner and they got a whole bunch more stuff. And then one of his friends was like, let's all do a shot for Steven. And I took the one shot and that was it. But like Quinn had already down like beers and other margaritas and other drinks. So they were both, and then they were both trying to keep up with each other. So they was just both kiki-keying. And I was enjoying. I thought it was funny, but still, it was all good. What made it worse though, amazing night, great time. But where he fought, it was in Bethlehem. I keep confusing Ben Salem and Bethlehem. He fought in Bethlehem, PA, which is near like Lehigh University or something like that. It's like near mountains and shit. So we had to go up mountains to like,
my God,
to like get to the place. It was like it was a full blown casino too. But yeah. So you know how when you driving in PA, I don't know if you've ever like driven through like past like if you were going to Pittsburgh or something.
I'm pretty sure.
Like if you've ever driven west through PA from Philly, you just get to like mountain type areas and your ears start popping and shit. I don't know if you ever drove to like Penn State or something. It's like that. So we're up there and we're like, yo, like our ears kind of popping. Like, where are we going? But when we were leaving, we had to park far as shit, and they were a little tipsy. So I was like, I'm driving. But then I'm like, even if Quinn was like, yo, I'm driving, I didn't know how the fuck he was gonna get through that, because he shouldn't have been driving, which he didn't. But like when we got out the parking lot, since we're in mountains, and it was like a cool night, and it was late. It was like midnight, 1 a.m. You couldn't see 2 inches in front of your face because there's so much smoke.
Oh, smoke? Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
So much fog, bro. I'm fully sober and I'm like paranoid as shit, like driving, because I'm like, we're in a mountain, like a deer could just fucking, and then I'm driving his mom's car. I don't like driving other people's cars, and it was just like, all right. So I was just taking my time and shit. But that shit was scary as hell, bro. Like high beams, nothing. You could not see shit.
That's wild, honestly.
But it was a good ass time. Props to Steven. It takes a lot of fucking work to even cut weight and do all that training and shit.
Yeah.
So, and then to go like, you know, people have like stage fright. Mm-hmm. Imagine stepping onto a stage with lights and people cheering, and you're about to just throw hands with somebody.
I know.
Like,
it's so funny. You can say that.
You know the balls you need to step up and do that shit?
Yeah.
And then just run the risk of people watching you get your ass beat. Obviously, and the opposite end, you could be beating somebody else's ass.
Right.
But like that's still a 50-50 gamble, and and it's not a street fight. It's somebody who's trained 6 months to fight.
Yeah.
This shit is weird to me.
Yeah, I probably would never be able to do that.
Yeah.
Somebody like that's where the whole trainer comes in. Like that, my trainer would have to literally like grab me.
Yeah.
Get your ass over there.
But
like, nah.
And it's really weird when you think about it too, because it's like, all right, I thought about this too, even for work. I mean, it's kind of different because of time differences. Like it makes you feel weird. But I was watching a UFC event for work, and it was like noon. And I was like, can you imagine scheduling a fight for noon? Imagine waking up on a Saturday and be like, oh, I got to fight at noon. Like I just had breakfast.
True.
I gotta throw elbows with somebody.
Not to mention like
a planned fight, not like spur of the moment. You just got a defense mode.
Yeah, not to mention like afterwards. Like if you're got beat really bad, that's the rest of your day.
Yeah.
Like
you got to go in hospital.
Yeah, 'cause-
hopefully not hospital, but hospital or like cut
True.
lip and scars you got to heal for
your
months.
Saturday's gone after that point.
Yeah, it was good though. I mean, even the other fights were great too. Just because there was one where it was like these two girls fighting for a championship belt, and she got hit so hard that I saw something fly out her mouth, and I was like, oh, like her mouth. I was like, usually in MMA and stuff, when somebody's mouth guard, or even boxing too, if they lose a mouth guard, the ref will stop, let them grab their mouth guard, and keep going just because of injury or like concussions and shit like that. So she got hit, and I saw like a red mouthpiece fly out, and I'm like, Q, her mouthpiece fell out. The ref ain't fucking stop it. And he's like, that's not a mouthpiece, bro. That was just blood that flew out her mouth. And I was like, oh shit. And then she got hit again, and then her mouthpiece flew out.
Oh, there you go.
And then
it is.
and then the doctor came in and like went to go check on her because she got hit once, and her eye immediately just swole up like crazy.
Jeez.
And Q was like, yo, her eye is really swollen to only get hit once. The fight lasted like 30 seconds because the doc came in and went like that, and he just called it because she couldn't see out her eye. That's how hard she got hit and swole up that fast.
I'm scared for that the other girl.
Yeah.
Meet her in the streets. What'd you say? Nothing.
Yeah. But it's scary to see, and then it's even more scary when it's somebody you know that's in there. Like you don't. It could be very like, oh, like you know they just exchange punches, couple cuts and bruises, or it could be something where like concussion or like you see your friend lose consciousness or something like that's horrifying. Like
fighting is always a scary thing as far as like a sport, because you know you got regular sports, I guess, as far as like using a ball and stuff like that, and that is like just, I wouldn't say a lot of times it's on purpose, but you know, a lot of those injuries and stuff like that happen because of the sport. But
yeah, like football, you think about like helmet to helmet, or like that scary thing with Damar Hamlin where he got hit in his chest.
Exactly. It's like that person wasn't intending for that to happen, but it happened. But I feel like when it comes to like fighting, like boxing, like you're literally like punching on somebody. Like it's more like, okay, direct, like you're trying to knock the person out per se. You know what I mean?
And it's tough too, because like I'm not saying like I'm a professional, but I did like train in it or like go to like classes for like a brief amount of time when I was like in high school. And it's just a different, like it's an art. It's mixed martial arts. Like it's dead ass, like people see like an art and there's mad respect to it. But it's just kind of weird to think about, like you're saying, like you go in there and you punch each other, and then because it's an art form, you guys are able to just hug it out and walk away. But if it was anywhere else, I'd want to kill you. Like like if we were to go to a class together, I would have no problem like us punching on each other because it's for a class. But I wouldn't get mad because I know the setting. But if you do it anywhere else, I'd be mad tight.
Like, what you freaking do?
Yeah, like even then, like even during the event, we like there was a couple knockouts that were like kind of bad where the person needed attention. And you know, usually when people show good sportsmanship or concern, they'll just kind of like, instead of celebrate, they'll just kneel and like just kind of wait to see stuff get cleared out. Like it's just out of respect. So it's just kind of weird. It's like, yo, you did that, but then you're sitting there like, oh, like I hope you're okay. Yeah, like literally.
Just waiting. Yeah,
it's just funny to think about. But I don't know. It can get very graphic. Obviously, like UFC type of stuff, but I also have like a lot of respect for the sport, especially when you see like, not even UFC, but there's, you know how people do like jujitsu or like kickboxing. Like there are events for like jujitsu. They're like, I'll watch that. Like that's how much I love watching this shit, where I just watch that. They don't even punch each other. You can just see how well they like wrestle and grapple each other. Or even like college wrestling. I don't know. I just have like a love for it.
Yeah.
I could never step, not professionally at least. Like I said, if it was a celebrity, John, I would
true.
I would low key do like, why isn't there like celebrity like MMA fights yet? Is it because it's like too much?
Probably, yeah. It's probably the idea that they don't want to do it because they know the amount of like
you could cause like real damage when you have like elbows and shit that's not covered in gloves.
The idea that it's not just your hands doing the work, but it's your whole body.
You could potentially choke somebody out.
Exactly.
A lot of liability.
A lot more hands on hands and a lot more contact, I would say. And it's probably just that, like being a YouTuber, you know, they're not trying.
It's like oh, this shit just for shits and giggles. I'm trying to get a check and go home.
Exactly. They ain't there trying to prove nothing where they end up fucking going to the hospital and now they can't even record a YouTube video anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was telling also, like, since it's a casino, they have like other events that they advertise too. and I was seeing like on the screen, it's like, oh, like, you know, April 25th, like so and so's coming to do stand up. There was one I saw, it was like the next, like this weekend or like the following, there was just like drag queen fighting. I looked at Key, I was like, yo, I was like, low key, I was like, I want to come see this. Like, I was like, this sounds
See
interesting.
how it turns out.
Yeah. I was like, who started this? Because you know they have like a Little People's Wrestling too, and they have a bunch of other events stuff like that. It's like, and even me and Quinn agree, it's like, yo, like this is more fun than like spending hella bread like to go to a UFC event. Like obviously it'd be cool to see the production, like see how crazy it is.
Yeah.
But in those things you gotta pay like a lot of money to potentially be in the fucking nosebleeds, not even see the punches. And it's like you might, and since those people have money in the game, they're not gonna be as reckless with it. Where we went, we paid like, what was it, like $40 or something for a ticket. We were like right next to the cage, and we saw these guys give it their all because they got something to prove. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on top of that, they like did their fights, left, you know, got cleaned up, and they were just walking around the stands or like sitting down watching other fights. So like there was a bunch of fighters that we just saw fight, be like, oh, like good fight, man. To take a picture,
Chilling,
like,
yeah.
and they're mad down to earth because they still trying to make it too.
Yeah. That's what's up. Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. So you got to get you to come to the next one.
No, yeah, I definitely would love to come to the next one just to see, like I said, to see like how everything looked, and just again to see him just go up there and just be able to just like, you know, for me to just kind of see how much he trained and like give it his all. Like that would be really cool to see.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really seen him like fight, you know, like I've seen probably him just like, you know, practice and just kind of train, but haven't seen like actual like full like fighting. So that'd be cool.
Exactly. And I'd imagine he would have a quick turnaround just because like he fought and like he looked clean, and we went to go grab dinner, and like he wasn't beat up. So
Like, bro, you okay? Yeah.
he was just nah, bro.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, but he was like health wise, he was perfectly fine. Like
Okay.
he didn't sustain any damage, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
So like he could probably fight like maybe in the summer or like fall. Like I would imagine if he can like book something. So
Yeah,
he might be able to get you to come.
Definitely.
But yeah. What did you do last weekend? How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty chill. It was Emily's mom's birthday, so we went bowling.
Happy birthday, Emily's mom.
Yeah, so we went bowling. Yeah, it was a good time. All in all, we went to eat dinner. What was that place called? Crap. It's like 2 locations, and I can't remember.
Sorry.
Give me a second momentarily while I figure this out, because I'm now like
May May?
blanking. No.
Moshu?
No.
Moshulu?
No.
2 Robot
Somewhere on
Beer Pizza Kitchen Robot.
I know a better place to look for it. It was on Chestnut. Let me see.
Chestnut. Chutney.
Chutney.
Chutney. Love a good chutney.
Where?
Didn't you take a photo?
A photo?
Didn't you
No.
post a story of it, or Emily did?
Maybe she did.
One of y'all did.
I can find it right here. No, that's not the place I'm looking for. Right here. Okay. I took an Uber there, so.
Oh my goodness, Mark.
Skip. Oh, what is it? Lascal? Something like that?
The man can't even pronounce it.
I can't. La
Scala.
La Scala.
La
Fire.
Scala.
La Scala's Fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Really good place, because they had a lot of different options. Like for each thing, they had something that was pretty good. Like they had pastas that were really good. They just had like main entree dishes that were really cool, like good, and it was just like they gave you a lot too with it. So all in all, pretty good. Nice environment too. But yeah, after that, went bowling, went to North Bowl. Insane, because I didn't realize the amount. Like I didn't realize that being in 2023, the amount of people that still go out to bowl.
Yeah, people love bowling, bro.
And it was insane.
And I don't get it because I can't get
don't
through a full
get
game
it.
of bowling.
I don't get it either.
Bowling.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
And if people are like, oh, like let's go bowling, I'm just like, I will get bored after three throws. What is it? 3 attempts? I don't even, and I'm not good at it either. So it's hard for me to get into it. Like, I'll watch you, or you could take my turns and I'll eat.
Rick said, if it's not Wii bowling, I ain't touching it.
I would have more fun playing Wii bowling than actual bowling because I'm ass.
Yeah.
I can't do it right. And I don't know what the score, I don't know how to count score.
It's just
Nobody pays attention to the score.
I do.
You know what? We need to put like money on it, or like person who has like the worst score has to do this.
I'm down for that.
Cause like I need skin in the game, baby. I need skin in the game, baby. I need to get into it. I need purpose to be competitive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm competitive no matter what. If there's something where someone is like first or there's a win, then I'm in it.
Yeah, but then if there's nobody keeping score, everybody's like, "Oh, go ahead. Oh, it's your turn. Oh, it's my turn. I didn't even realize who went.
Take the turn.
Whose turn it is? Yeah, I hate that shit. It's like when we went to Top Golf, we like I don't even know what we didn't really like do competition like that, but it ended up being some kind of way.
Yeah,
me and Quinn was talking shit.
Yeah, and it ends up getting like that, you know?
And Quinn was talking shit. He was beating us. He was doing a lot better. And then I came back and beat his ass. Yeah. So I was hyped and I was into it. Even though I don't know, I have zero golf form.
Yeah, the week before that, we went to Top Golf for her dad's birthday because it was literally like a week apart. That, yeah. At the first round they played, they were playing and I was dead last. But mind you, I was dead last because I was literally trying to hit that shit dumb far and get to the fucking
back. But it don't matter. You just gotta get.
They were all hitting that red one that was right there.
Yeah, they're like, you just gotta get into the whole little holes.
They're like, you know. Emily's like, you know, you last. I'm like, bruh. If I wanted to, I could hit that shit right now, but I'm not. I'm trying to actually play golf because for all of that, we could have just went mini golfing, you know? Yeah. That's why I was like, I'm trying to actually hit this Jones. So that's what I was doing the whole first round. Second round we played, I smoked.
Yeah. That's what that's the thing. It's like, either I don't understand it or they don't have a good scoring system. Cause remember we was playing and it'd be like you said, like the red John, and that'd be like 2 points. And then you go to the orange John and it'd be like 35 points and it'd be right there. But then if you go way back there to the blue John, it's like 5 points. Like, how does that make sense?
Yeah, it's all how they judge it is like whether or not like how close to the flag you get it in. Cause I'm guessing there's like certain pockets.
Yeah, there are pockets as well.
Yeah, but still that's how they judge it. It's like, which I feel like is pretty stupid. Like to be able to hit something all the way back there, but not to like get as many that you think you deserve is kind of crazy. I guess they just figure like if people are hitting it back that far, they're probably doing it like just frequently.
Yeah, they're just whacking at it. They're not. Yeah. Maybe it's like a precision thing. It's like, oh, like can you control the ball instead of just fucking launch it and hope it lands somewhere?
Yeah. So they probably figure if you're able to hit that consecutively, then you should be able to hit it closer into the flag. And it's just like, okay, cool, I guess, but. Yeah, I smoked them because before I only had, I think the first time like 12 at most. Then the second round I had like 60 or more, and I was smoking them, bro. It was all my form. I knew what I was doing wrong. Mm-hmm. I was holding the handle too far apart. My hands too far apart in the handle.
Well, you already knew what my problem was when we first went. I was, my stance was all, I was too close or too far.
Yeah, all I had to do was move it closer, and the next thing you know it, I was like bend the knees, arch a little,
teeth clenched, the butt clenched.
Yeah, bro.
Mr. Mosby style.
I was moving them things.
Yeah.
But yeah, bowling was kind of similar in a way. Started obviously because again, I don't know there's people out there, but I don't personally go bowling like every like month to really remember really
like
how to bowl.
Quinn just be going like by himself. Like he loves bowling.
Yeah. So
and like I believe his brother does too. Like they both like it. They both have their own balls and shit.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like I go first there and I'm like, I don't know how to really play. So I'm gonna just try to get warmed up. Actually got warmed up and hitting them strikes, bro. I'm going in. And then the second round, it only happened one time. And then after that, I tried it. It just never happened again. But I ended up curving the ball and I ended up getting a strike. And I was like so hyped. And everybody was like, oh. And I was like, let's go. And then Emily looked at me.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah, that's literally how I felt, bro. I was so hyped. And then on top of that, like after it was like kind of done, like maybe a minute after, like I looked at Emily as I was about to sit down. She was like, "You hype?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm hype, bro." Bro, that shit was like first try. I tried to curve it. That thing went perfect. Like literally, it was all the way at the edge, and then it was just. I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
You gotta do the.
Yeah, you gotta hold it right there, and then you just. That's literally how you gotta go. Otherwise, it doesn't spin. But back to the main point, like, yeah, I'm just so surprised the amount of people that actually go bowling because we actually had to wait.
There was like people, they were like all the lanes were clogged up.
Yeah, it was a wait.
When y'all go, like a Saturday night?
Yeah, it was Saturday. And I understand, like, again, it's Saturday, but you can't even reserve times. And on top of that, like, any other bowling place we were trying to look up was the same thing. It was like hour and a half wait to 2 hours. We're like, bro, what? Like,
People get some drinks going. People get some food. They start slinging the ball.
I'm just like, bro, it was ridiculous. Not to mention though, we went to North Bowl, and there was a bar mitzvah on like, 'cause they have like a second floor. If you ever been in there,
That'll do it.
yeah, and they literally all up there, bro. I gotta say something. Hopefully, you know, maybe I don't close this place down after saying this, but where we were at, like again, they have like the second floor part, and you can kind of look over the whole place, kind of, and you can like under it, it's that there's more lanes. Like it's kind of like the whole first floor, but it's just that part right there. It's kind of just like over it. So we were under it, and bro, they were like jumping up there. You could literally see like the bars they have holding the place. That shit was like this. You saw the TVs shaking and everything. We're like, yo, we're gonna die. I'm gonna try to throw this ball and that's just gonna fall right on my head. Bro, I don't know, man. I'm like, I think I have trust in them because this place been here for so long. So I'm pretty sure they've had like a weight tester, plenty of parties up there where it didn't break. I'm hoping. But yeah, I was like, bro, this shit looks ridiculous. But yeah, again, wasn't surprised how many people go bowling, and it was a wait, but hey, have fun.
I mean, how many people have we randomly met? They're like, yeah, I was on the bowling team and shit like that.
I'm just like, what?
I remember even after prom, everybody's like, let's go bowling. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to bowl.
Like, anybody got any other ideas?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's that idea. We're gonna throw that in the back.
We're gonna keep that as a backup. Okay.
Anybody else?
What about bowling? Who said that? I can't. What? I can't hear you.
You said what? Rowing? I mean, hey,
it's cold out. Why would you want to row?
Exactly.
In suits? Why would you want to?
Come on now.
Tuxes?
Stop with that. Stop with that. Okay. Anybody else?
What about North Bowl? I don't know where that is.
I don't know where that is. Stop mentioning anything that has to do, bowl. Just don't use that word.
Bolero? What is that?
Why do we keep mentioning this? I'm pretty sure nobody wants to go at this point. Stop it.
Yeah, guys, stop saying bowling. They already said no. You didn't hear that? Right. It's like we all said yeah.
It's like bowling, no. But yeah, like I said, surprised people still go bowling. The amount of people that still go, because
I'm gonna be real. I feel like I said this on a podcast. I thought like after COVID, everybody would be like, all right, like bowling shoes, gross. No more bowling alleys. Here we are still. They gave out shoes.
Yeah.
Look at that. And I definitely did talk about this because I went on a whole tangent about how they have the same shoes since the civil rights era, and they just refuse to fucking put new shoes on.
No, we're gonna create something where it's kind of like you attach to your shoe. Like, you know how you get like the covers sometimes where you like
plastic covers for your soles. What's it called? Sole something.
Or it's kind of like when you got like a hairnet type of thing when you put it on your shoe so you don't want to get dirty. Something like that. But it's
trash bags.
But it has like a smooth, yeah, right.
A ShopRite bag.
Exactly. But it has like a smooth joint on the bottom. So
Heelys buffer bowling.
True, but we gotta have a lot of control for that. Otherwise, you're gonna slip and bust your ass with that bowling ball. But yeah, basically, we should just make that, because that whole shoe thing is kind of annoying.
Or we need to make somebody, honestly, as popular as it is, close your eyes and close your ears. Somebody should make like, you know how like Elon Musk, not a great guy, but he made like electric cars look cool and everybody's driving a fucking Tesla now. Now somebody need to make a bowling shoe brand that make fire looking bowling shoes that people just own because they look fire, but you can also bowl in them.
True. That's why I'm at, like, because in my head, I was thinking of that, but I also wasn't like thinking that people would probably buy them. But
if you make it look hot,
and if as many people bowl as you see as they do, people probably definitely get it.
And people be rocking loafers now because it's like kind of stylish and they wear them a certain way, or people want to look like Tyler the Creator, they be wearing loafers. Honestly, low key, like I like the look, but like I don't think it's kind of a different, I'll be wearing the Aladdins, so I'm getting there. But yeah, it would be a different look. But maybe we'll see. You see me in some Blackstone Weber loafers or something.
Yeah, we should go bowling.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, we got to link. We already said we got to link up because we got some planning we got to do. So
that's like a business meeting. Let's just talk over bowling.
Yeah.
So guys, you saw my proposal?
Yeah. Let's go. We got two things to plan. We got a show to plan and we got a trip to plan. So we got to link up.
That's funny.
It's like if you look at Q2, fuck.
Fucking God, shit.
Damn it. Give me another beer, damn it.
Sorry, guys. I get a little intense.
But yeah. We just need a but yeah shirt at this point.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then in other news, we don't got enough time to talk too much about it, but like the internet's about to be all fucked up and shit. And like TikTok's about to be gone. You seen that?
I've seen that, yeah.
But like it's not even about TikTok. You know that?
I didn't.
They basically been using like TikTok as like the scapegoat and just being like, oh, like look at how terrible these guys are being, when the whole time Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and all the places all do the same shit
stuff,
and they all sell the same data.
But it's just
only
because
difference
of
is
how
one's
popular.
and then one's American and one's not. So they're just kind of like, oh, they're taking our money away. So we want to replace it by doing reels and shorts and stuff in American companies. But we're going to cut out these guys because they're foreign and they're Chinese and they have hot air balloons flying everywhere.
Chinese.
And they're stealing our data. And even though they could have access to it regardless, even if they were to be gone, and they could just purchase it off of these other companies, which they already do. They sell our data all the time. That's why what's his name? Zuckerberg was in court that one year looking like a chameleon, salamander type thing, all weird, with his weird posture and looking like he don't go outside. But yeah, the real thing is basically that they're trying to essentially anything that's like a foreign internet entity or from like a whatever they deem an external, not US server internet type of thing, they could just like block our access to it or block their access to us. And another part of it was like, if you were to use VPNs or anything like that to access outside stuff like that, say for example like TikTok, and if you were intentionally doing it or like pirating content through that way, like you would be subject to like 20 years in prison if you knew how to do it, or like these crazy ass fines. Another part of it, I believe, was just basically like within, if given proper reason, they could access like Ring cameras and all that other stuff and just basically like invade our privacy even further, more on paper, because they probably already do it anyway. But yeah, not once in the bill that's being proposed and like being passed around this TikTok mentioned once, nor the parent company. And then if you watch, I don't know if you've seen the videos of them like basically questioning the CEO of TikTok, but it's the most infuriating thing ever because they're just trying to make him sound bad. But he's like, yo, we don't do those things. Like, I'm being for real. And if you want to look into it, we give you full permission to. He's like, but how do you know? It's like all these like Southern people being dumb as fuck.
But how?
So you mean that they don't use TikTok? Just dumb as shit.
Oh man, that's a shame. It sucks, to try to point fingers at something like that. Again, it's just because of popularity, obviously. Everybody uses it. Kids, young adults, grandmas. Everybody uses it at this point. But
I learn more shit from there than I do from anything else.
Very true.
And from an unbiased standpoint too, not even like where, some news networks, they're just trying to like fit whatever their agenda is, whether they believe it or not. A lot of places would be like, hey, I don't care what you believe in, but these are the facts. This is just what's happening right now. Like, whether you agree with it or not, like, I don't judge you what side you on. This is just what's going on. And that's just a way better way of looking at it, because those people aren't getting paid to do it. They just do it just for the sake of spreading information.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And even if somebody's wrong, there's somebody else out there to fact check them and be like, hey, they got this part wrong. And then you just kind of get to piece stuff together. So TikTok in and of itself is a great platform. This is like the third time they try to get rid of it because they were like, oh, it's not 100%. It's not US, like, unless they sell like a certain percentage to US owner, like, we're going to get rid of it. It was a couple years ago. Yeah. Now that worked out and they bought it, part of it. And now it's like they're trying to get rid of it altogether because it's still super huge.
Yeah, they just wanted to try to get money. You already know, it's always that.
Yeah. And now fucking they rather talk about that than talk about how, like, or talk about that or Trump getting arrested or indicted or whatever for giving what's her name, Stormy Daniels, hush money, when the whole time meanwhile in Russia and China just signed like a treaty or whatever. Yeah. And now the US is not going to be the world currency anymore, and this place is going to go to shit. And I mean, it already has been, but now two major powers in the world, which Russia was also just beefing with Ukraine, probably still is up to this point. They just stopped talking about that too.
True.
And yeah, Russia and China just joined forces, and China been flying balloons over us. And they said if they continue to be so aggressive in the way that we are, that that's going to cause problems. And they're already teaming up with Russia, who already don't like us. And they're about to use a whole different new currency that's not ours as the world currency, the basic standard currency. And our shit's going to... And yeah, I don't want to live here anymore.
And Mark, this is just to tell you, I already have a ticket to Canada, so I'm leaving tonight.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, and then as always, when you see what the headlines are, it's like, all right, so as bad as this headline is that they're talking about, I know that there's one that's 3 times worse that you guys aren't talking about. So I'm gonna go do some research and then not sleep because I don't know what's gonna happen anymore. And then just, I don't know if I want to have children anymore and bring them into this world.
It's crazy, man. It really is.
But
real quick though, what we should talk about that just happened this week. Fucking chemicals in our water.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
On a lighter note.
Yeah. It's not really better, but not as serious as
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, yeah.
But, in the past week, I was just chilling in my home. And Quinn texts us in the group chat. It's like, hey, go grab water because there was a spill was in Bristol, PA.
Mm-hmm.
That into the Delaware River.
Yep.
That just affected all of Philadelphia's water supply.
Yeah.
And Quinn's like, go grab bottles of water because it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah, I guess. It was funny is that so I was going to Emily's place, and right when I had got into her house, that's when I must have got the notification. Alert. But I didn't see it until maybe being there for maybe 10 minutes. And then we see it and we're just like, oh shit, what the hell? So then, we see the alert, and the next thing you know it, we ended up going to Acme, bro.
It was fucking pandemonium.
Oh my god!
I saw a photo or a video that Emily put, but that was it.
Yo, insane! I wasn't there for the pandemic when it came to toilet paper, but I have to believe that it was somewhat of that same sort because, bro, it was right in the water section, the aisle, nothing was there. Cleaned out.
Just a clean palette.
Cleaned out. Everybody you see coming in there, just the same reaction, damn.
Yeah.
Everybody. And we were one of them. And we were just so devastated. We were defeated to see that. And then we were walked out, but then the security guy there was just he was if you want, there's still some in the back. And we were just oh shit. We go to the back, literally in the back corner, there's just pallets kind of in the aisle in the middle of it. Bro, people was just grabbing them just cases. Dipping. Yo, I was people tripping, bro. There were some waters that were just stepped on. They just kind of popped. And we were just yo, what is going on?
No decorum.
Yeah, the line was crazy. And shit was insane. Just to find out, don't worry, guys. It's okay. It's okay till 11:59 p.m. because we're treating this like it's a college assignment.
But 11:55 is safe. Don't do it at 12:05. It's gonna fuck you up.
It's over. You're dead. You're dead. Just count your blessings after that.
Because I was just telling, I'm like, yo, we were at that fucking dinner and shit for Steven's fight, and I'm like, yo, we was fucking up the water, bro. Because he was drinking, bro. So he was drinking. So they kept giving us water. Our waitress was cool as shit too.
Oh,
but dying. They was having drinks, and then we was just downing cups of water, and it's not bottled water. It's fucking tap,
Yeah, at the end of the dinner, you're just realizing you're
I brushed my teeth. I went to the bathroom, washed my hands. The fuck doesn't I'm done. By the time y'all found that out, I'm done. Yeah. And it's just oh, the water in Philly's bad, but the water in Jersey's cool. Get the fuck out of here. It's all we're all connected on the same shit.
Bro, they said if you're in North and east, Northeast, you're done. But if you're in West Philly, don't worry, guys.
Bullshit. What are you talking about?
You're okay. Bro, I was so confused on this whole thing, but it was just insane. How, again, that whole thing where this territory is good, this is not. You're good until this time, but after that, you're not. And every morning, that's what really got me, is that every day at a certain time in the morning, that's when they send out the alert. I felt like something like that should be something you get notified every hour. just kind of to keep you updated.
But they didn't fucking know. They didn't know shit. Same thing with the train crash that I talked about with you a while ago in the western side of PA.
Yeah.
Or Ohio. All that shit just spread. And it's yo, it's water. It's connected to the earth. It's in the atmosphere. It's in the air. And it was the same materials that happened over there.
Yeah.
And it's because they don't want to fucking pay for the maintenance and pay the workers to keep that shit on point. And if a mistake happens,
which it does,
people end up getting fucked up. And that's a crazy mistake to have happen with a lot of people affected. And then the way they handled it, they just sent a mass text to fucking 3.5 million people and said, hey, you're not going to have water by this time. Go grab water. And then you feel terrible for these probably teenagers that are working in a supermarket for $7.25.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Bro. And then on top, at the time, it was just never mind, it's all good. Like you just caused the mass panic in North Philly for like 4 hours. Somebody probably got shot in those 4 hours fighting over water because of a fucking mistake that you sent. Like you should think that through before you do that. Like,
yeah, that's what I was saying, where it was just like there wasn't enough preparation and not enough like information, you know, to get people to understand what was happening and like what the best thing you should do, because that just made no sense. Like again, like we got the brittle waters and all that, you know.
But like, how well is that gonna filter out whatever the fuck is in there?
Yeah, and but it's just also that idea where it's like it happened, and we know that, and then first of all, it happened on Saturday, right? I think.
Yeah.
And then supposedly that shit was on Friday when that shit was happening.
Exactly. So we was already
it was Sunday actually. It was
because I was drinking water Saturday.
It was Sunday. It was Sunday. I remember exactly. It was Sunday, but it happened Friday. Bro, what the hell happened? Yo, Saturday it was over. Like you said, like we were dead. If that was the case, like you tell us this shit happened Friday, but then on Sunday you're like, okay, guys, we're gonna let you guys know.
And then the mayor said, "Oh, it's all good, just kidding." And somebody was like, "Hop on live and drink that shit, you motherfucker, right. You fucking liar." Yeah. But yeah, all right, we running low on time. That was the tangent right there. If something happens to us, you know why. We drunk too. We tried to be healthy and we died. So God forbid.
We tried to clear our system out, but instead it cleared us out.
Yeah, it took us out.
It cleared us off this earth.
But we love you guys. We'll see you next week, maybe. Bye.